Well, it gives me great pleasure to now bring on board Mr. Vivek, Chaand, Sehgal and Motherson to exactly talk about what is happening to the auto sector, demand and inventory, how global things have moved, and at a time when government is looking at increasing focus in manufacturing, how will this really help Motherson Sumi reinvent in their local businesses? Mr. Sehgal, good to have you back on ET now. I'm interacting with you after a while, so hope everything is fine and safe with you.
Everything is very fine and safe. Thank you very much. And I hope everything is the same with you as well.
Well, thank you very much. Mr. Sehgal, I'll start with something which perhaps you are in the best position to explain it to our viewers. What is your take on what is happening to the car demand? You can, if you can just walk us through geography-wise, where do you see yellow weeds, where do you see green shoots, and where do you see things are back on the track?
I think first thing that you have to understand is that, the definition of automotive or cars or two-wheelers or things like that definitely changed pre-COVID and after, like we are going through with COVID at the moment. Car is now the best example of PPE, private personal environment controlled thing. Is the car is a very, very good situation. A lot of the things have changed. People are wanting to actually go to work or go out. They want to be safe. You can see the resistance which is there in aeroplanes and in trains and even metro, which has just started off today. So I think a car or a bike or a two-wheeler is probably some kind of guarantee to the family that the people are safe. So I think the world has changed on that. We are operating almost all our plants globally at the moment. So there's only one plant which is not working at the moment, but that's also because of the location where they are in Europe. So other than that, great to see that yes, the demand is back. People are buying. People are arguing whether it's it's a pent-up demand or it's a new demand. And I'm saying a demand is demand, and we don't second guess our customers. Our customers give us the thing that they want to buy, and definitely we are selling.
The data which is coming from China, Mr. Sehgal, seems to be pointing to a 20-25% uptick in various categories. Do you think it's a matter of time? Other geographies also will come back in the same space with the same pace, because China was, China as a country got hit first with COVID and it has come out of COVID the first. So obviously there would be a that's obviously a lead indicator. But do you think one can take heart from the Chinese data, and can we expand it and extrapolate it for rest of the world as well?
Absolutely. We have seen that, in fact, our last quarter results in the last 5-year plan got impacted because China went into trouble somewhere around February already, and by March end, they were coming out of it while the whole world was going into it. So we've always had the benefit of hindsight because we could see all the things playing out in China and then they played out all over the other world. It also allowed us to actually to take advantage of the knowledge. You'll be surprised, in February, second week, we actually air freighted masks to China because Chinese government had said that if there is no mask, you can't come into the factory. So we could learn from these experiences very well, being a global company. So from China, we learned a lot. But I think the demand is also a great indicator because it's telling you the mindset of the people in China. China has tremendous amount of infrastructure on the transportation side, and yet people are buying more and more cars, which is giving a direct indication that there is change in the mood and in the mind of the people to change and look for personal protection while going to office or work or holiday or whatever. So definitely you will see it in the same thing happening everywhere in the world.
Specifically on India, Mr. Sehgal, what is your view? And now that we are the number 2 in terms of corona cases, the numbers have really shot up in the last couple of days. Do you think whatever recovery we've seen in the auto sector, that could get challenged and it could get challenged ahead of the festival season? Do you worry about that?
I don't worry. I think the governments, different governments, are trying to keep it under control. I think the testing has gone up, and hence the numbers are going up. But that's my view personally. I believe that we are a very young nation. The youngsters will come out of this particular thing once they have it, God forbid. But if they don't have it, that's even better. But I think India is complicated because of the multiple layers of governments that we have. You have the central government, the state government, the city government. I mean, there are so many authorities and so many different power bases that continuity, because plants are all over all over India. So you have those kind of challenges. Suddenly, one particular area, one particular unit gets the notice that they can't operate because of COVID cases or whatever, and also because the people can't come in because they are asymptomatic or whatever. Then they don't come in. So one had to change his thinking completely. I think under the circumstances, India is doing brilliantly well. And the more they learn, the more the factories open up, the more the areas open up, I think India will do very well.
Mr. Sehgal, the government is talking about increasing India's manufacturing activity. Now, auto ancillary and the auto sector is one sector where India actually has a global advantage. So manufacturing, auto ancillary companies like yours, they have scale, size and also competitiveness. So my question is that if auto ancillary companies and if auto companies can become globally competitive by making products in India and exporting to the world, why other sectors are not able to do it?
I would be the wrong person to make comments on that because, we are 100% automotive focused group. We only eat, drink, sleep, cars, Nikunj. So probably I'd be the wrong person to be guiding on that. But I think in a very humble way, what I can say is that, India is a complex country. We have multiple points where we are trying to come up with one thing which is good for India. But honestly, what is India is also has different explanation, different political parties, different governments, different states. Everybody has his own opinion. So really, if you allow me to say that, first of all, we have to make one India, make one place, one rule, which is common across India. And maybe that might solve a lot of the other sectors' things also. I think auto ancillaries have done phenomenally well. They have leveraged to some extent the kind of numbers that we have. But think about it, China today produces about 27 million cars. We are probably just around 2.8, 3 million cars a year. So, the scale is not coming up to allow us to really give that kind of products to the world, which at very competitive prices. So I think India has to do a lot of homework. It has to come up with one India, one particular place where everything is taken care of. And irrespective of which state, which country, which part of India you are in, the rules have to be the same. It cannot be given the variance of state and even smaller parts of India. I must say, I don't know how to say that, but I guess you understand what I'm trying to say.
Well, thank you very much. I just want to get into specifics of Motherson Sumi. Yep. I'm looking at notes of your conference call along with your numbers, and they specifically talk about that India business is almost at 80-85% of last year's revenue. Globally, plants are running at about 85 to 90%. Now, this is a number which you shared with us along with your quarterly numbers. So I'm assuming that those levels have only improved?
Oh, yes. India is only 11% of our global revenue. You said 85%. I think it's 11%. India is 11% of our total revenue as of last year, March 2020. And we have a clear policy that we don't want any country to increase more than 10%. So all plants from the last, this thing I can confirm, are doing even better. And you will see uh, in every country in the world, we're in 41 countries, we have the facilities. They're all doing very well.
No, when I said 80%, I meant India business is at 80% capacity utilization. The number which you shared in the along with your along with your quarterly numbers in the analyst call.
Yeah, definitely. We are at anywhere between 75% to 80% of our capacity utilization. But in Motherson, because we are a 100% OEM supplier, if we are touching 80%, then we will start to set up another plant, because the car maker, our customers, then want to buy more, and it takes us time to do that. So we are proactive, and we then have to bring our capacity down to 5% so that we can double up the plant. So that's the way Motherson grows very fast.
What is the definition of new normal for Motherson? Will this be on the efficiency side? Will this be on the margin side? Will it be more consumer engagement and more relevance because you're a strong, dependable manufacturer, and in this time, auto companies and your buyers will only lean to somebody who has muscle understanding and brand and track record?
Absolutely. I think, Motherson's focus will definitely be on QC, DDM, SES, which is the quality, the cost, the ability to deliver no matter where the customer wants us to deliver, the ability to come out with great designs that their customers really appreciate. In fact, we have 32 design centers globally. So we come up with the best of the imagination, what customers are wanting. And then, of course, we are very strong when it comes to quality. Our customers' cars that are coming are top of the end quality. This requirements are there. Safety is vital over there. So I think that will be the norm that we will continue to follow and build on. And that's what our teams are delivering day in, day out.
You will be coming out with your 5-year vision later this year, that's November. But if you have to really talk about the broad ideology, the Motherson Sumi is introduced as a company which is an auto ancillary company. But can I safely say that now you're looking at diversifying yourself away from auto into the areas of medical, into the areas of defense, and a vision statement will include some mention of that?
Yeah, no, let me explain that to you. The number is already out. It's going to be 36 billion by 2025. That's our next 5-year plan. And we will have an investor conference somewhere around in November, where all our groups are going to be making the presentation as to how we're going to reach there. So it's an ambitious target. And 20-25% is going to come from the new segments, which are medical devices. It's going to be logistics. It's going to be aerospace and related industries. And software. We have a very strong software company within our group, which is only captive for Motherson. That's a SEI CMM level 5. So it's a really terrific company which helps us to accommodate and bring in the new acquisitions into our group more smoothly.